Question number 141. Which of the following statement is correct? The very first statement says the neural system and endocrine system jointly coordinate and regulate the physiological functions in the body. And as it is a correct statement, this is a correct answer to our question. This is the line given in your NCERT book too, that these systems they jointly coordinate and regulate the physiological functions in our body. The next statement given is neither hormones control neural activity nor neurons control endocrine activity. This is an incorrect statement, so cannot be a correct answer. The next statement is neural system controls endocrine activity but not vice versa is incorrect because endocrine glands regulate neural activity and nervous system regulates activity of endocrine glands. So the last option, that is endocrine glands regulate neural activity but not vice versa, is also incorrect. So the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's proceed to the next question. Question number 142. All of the following hormones are derivatives of amino acids except, and the options given are epinephrine, noradrenaline, melatonin, parathormone. And the correct answer to this question is option number 4 because epinephrine and noradrenaline are modified amino acids derived from tyrosine. Whereas melatonin is also modified amino acid and is derived from amino acid tryptophan. So these are incorrect option and the correct answer is parathormone, which is a peptide hormone synthesized within parathyroid gland. So the correct answer is option number 4. Let's proceed to the next question. Question number 143. Read following statements and choose the correct option. Statement A says if receptor molecules are removed from target organs, the target organ will not respond to hormone. And this is a correct statement because each hormone has a receptor on its target cell. Receptors can be intracellular or extracellular depending upon the chemical nature of the hormones. Hormonal reactions are only possible if both hormone and receptor are present and hormone binds with the receptor to form hormone receptor complex. So the very first statement is correct. Let's read the second statement. Statement B. The target cells of a hormone always have special receptors to which hormone binds is also a correct statement. Let's discuss the options. Both statements A and B are incorrect. This is incorrect. Second option says both statements A and B are correct. And as both statements are correct, this is a correct answer to our question. Third option is only statement A is correct. No. And the fourth option, only statement B is correct, is also an incorrect option. So the correct answer to this question is option number 2. Let's proceed to the next question. Question number 144. When stimuli is given continuously to muscle fibers, they undergo sustained contraction. This stage of sustained contraction of muscle without relaxation between successive stimuli is known as, and the options given are tonus, twitch, fatigue, tetanus. And the correct answer to this question is option number 4, tetanus. Tetanus, which is the stage of sustained contraction of muscle without relaxation between successive stimuli. Let's discuss rest of the options. The very first option given is tonus, and this is incorrect. Slightly contracted state of muscle in its relaxed or resting condition due to overlapping of actin filament over myosin filament is known as tonus. The next option is twitch, and this is also an incorrect option. A single, quick, isolated contraction of a muscle fiber to a single stimulus of threshold value is called single muscle twitch. And the next option given is fatigue, which is also an incorrect option because painful muscle contraction due to accumulation of lactic acid leads to muscle fatigue and finally muscle fails to contract. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 145 says, flowchart of contraction of skeletal muscle fibers is given below. Choose the option which correctly identifies A and B. The flowchart says nerve impulse reaches sarcoplasmic reticulum. A happens that lead to cross bridge formation. that leads to B, and finally muscle contraction. Now let's read the options. The very first option given is release of neurotransmitter, and B is activation of myosin head. This is an incorrect option because as nerve impulse reaches sarcoplasmic reticulum, there would be release of calcium ions. These calcium ions bind with the troponin subunit on the actin filament, leading to unmasking of the actin filament, and thereby actin myosin cross-bridge formation occurs. Once there is cross-bridge formation, this will lead to power stroke, and finally muscle contraction happens. So the very first option is incorrect. The next option says release of calcium ions, and B is power stroke is the correct option to our answer. Third option says actin myosin complex. This is incorrect because at cross bridge formation there would be actin myosin complex formation, and B is ATP binds to myosin head, also incorrect. The fourth option says ATP is released from myosin head, and B myosin head attaches to actin filament is incorrect. So the correct answer to this question is option number 2. Let's move on to the next question.